Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Patriot Gardeners of all ages, it's your buddy Murdock, and I'm back with another gardening adventure for you. Sorry I've been away for a little bit, but I've been kind of busy. Dealing with the world affairs and whatnot and everything going on today? Well, yeah, I've been busy, but I want you to take a look at something. Oh my. These are the little seedlings we all started together. This little batch here, which needs to actually be tied up, and as you can see is already producing lots of tomatoes, is already about 5 foot tall. Pretty neat, huh? It also occurred to me that I've never actually taken you guys on a little walk through the side garden. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. But before we do the little tour, if you can't hear in the background, we got some girls that are really hungry this morning. So we're going to walk over here and bow chicka bow wow. What do we got going on, girls? Good morning. Sorry about the shadow, but with the time of day, it is what it is. And you guys got to let me know if you want to see some chicken videos and whatnot. And maybe Athena bunny videos. Hi, Athena. Yes, I have something for you. So, let's go ahead and give these guys. Oh, no picking. Let's come over here. And I already gave them some grass this morning from the garden. But let's go ahead. Look, ooh, we got some seeds, some scratch, and then what do we got in the bottom? Oh, look at, there's some pasta and some beans and some tomatoes. Oh my goodness. All right, what do we got for Athena? We've got some carrots. Look, Athena, I got one of your cookies. If you guys go to the dollar store, they have those Nature Valley organic whatever granola bars. These guys right here, the real crispy looking ones. I'll tell you what, the bunnies love these things. Absolutely. We call them her cookies, but Athena loves her cookies. And then of course we got to have carrots, and she's got alfalfa and pellets, and look at it. Oh, and the other thing they really enjoy, look, Athena, look at that. Wheat thin. Nom. They really enjoy. Oh, okay, well then go ahead and take it. Dang. All right, but anyways, like I was saying, if you guys want to see some videos with some chickens and stuff like that, which they're actually kind of fun, let me know. Put it down in the comment section. So let's get out of the chicken pen here and get over to the side garden. So for those of you that don't know, I live in a rental house, and I happen to have a very good landlord who allows me to do wonderful things as long as I pay my rent, of course. And so I'm allowed to do a lot of really neat stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do in a rental home. So let's go ahead and take a walk. So here we have one of the longer beds we put in. You may have seen this in one of the earlier videos I've done. And we've actually added 4 grapevines, of which I think 3 will make it. Looks to me, let's see if I can zoom in here, like that one right there. I'm not so sure about it. It's still got a green stem, so I got a little bit of hope, but not a whole lot. Here we have a long stretch of what will be radishes here next Wednesday, and we've actually had to go and get some bird netting and build like a little cage, if you can see that, around this. I highly recommend this. I don't know what happened this year, but the sparrows decided that they had a taste for the radishes and the new seedlings, and they proceeded to eat every single one. So 3 packets of seeds later, well, we've invested in some bird netting to take care of that problem. And if we keep coming up here, we've got our second year little sweet pepper. It's actually about 4 or 5 feet tall. Needs to really bloom out a little bit more, but summer was really hard on this guy. So then we got us some dill hiding back there. Looking pretty nice. Our little onions that were saved from the bulbs from last year have all decided they wanted to start popping up. And you guys can see here, I've used bark chips as mulch, which actually works really well. And you'll see that in the rest of the garden as we walk around here. I believe that adding, the bigger wood chunks on top, as will break down over time, more simulates a forest floor than just adding a top mulch and stuff like that. And we've got a couple pole beans here doing pole bean things, starting to climb on up. This one here, I've actually got a little teepee style. It should get all the way up to the roof here quick enough. And then here we've got one of the beds of succession carrots. These guys actually got munched pretty hard by the birds, the first planting. And then, 30 days later, we go ahead and reseed the bed. As you can see here, let me zoom in on all these little guys. There they are. And then 30 days later, they'll kind of catch up with these guys. And that's so later on, next, late spring, early summer, I'll be able to pull a harvest every 30 days. First these guys will go, then these guys, and then you'll see succession plantings around the garden as we walk around here. And then we've got a few little baby radishes here in this plot that did survive, or have survived so far, the bird onslaught. You can see right there, they've gotten a few of them. And here's another one of our little seedlings. Wow, would you look at that? These things have done so good. I mean, just amazing. And you can see we are loading up. Let's see, where's that other one at? Oh, there's one. So, and we come around, we've got some more pole beans that are going to start climbing these little bamboo poles that I've got here. And then we've got this little pallet, which makes a wonderful place to sun your red solo cups. As you can see, they fit perfectly right on in here. Doop. And here we have the double red solo cup, using, of course, the square bottom red solo cup as our interior, which gives us that space and allows these roots to really get going. And as you can see, these guys are really starting to spread out. And I started with 2 seeds in each one, and I will go through and I'm going to trim them down to only 1 in each cup so I can really get them going. I have another exciting video coming for you guys about indoor growing of cucumbers. As we are progressing into winter and the temperatures at night are dropping to 50 or lower, well, cucumbers just won't do outside. Soil temperature needs to be above 50 degrees for them to be prolific. And well, that's just not going to happen during the winter. Santa's on his way. So, yeah, I've got a new garden room set up in mind with a new light system. And I think you guys are going to be highly impressed when you see this. So, you didn't hear that from me, but that's coming up here in the near future. Then we got some curly kale. And once again, I put up this wonderful netting to cover it. You can still see some of the little pieces of kale surrounding these guys. These guys in particular must have been the tastiest because they're the ones the sparrows almost decimated. Now the sparrows show up and, well, they're not exactly the happiest. As you can see, I've got the bird netting held down around by some bark covered logs, which will also add to the bed as it goes. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know the soil mix that I've got going on in these beds. So you'll be able to go back, take a look at those, and find out exactly what I'm putting in these beds that makes these plants grow like this. Then here, right in, next to the chicken pen, We've got a blackberry vine, which has done extraordinarily well. And I've got my neighbor's wonderful oranges, and he's flung a couple over the wall to ripen up, which is absolutely awesome of him. And we've got our wonderful apocalypse zombie survival wine grape vineyard going on here. Although it's going to be dying back soon, and I'll be clipping it up, which I'll do a video on that, on proper trimming and training of your grapevines. Yeah, this thing was just so loaded. We've got over 100, maybe 120 pounds of grapes off of this one set of vines right here. So we'll head on over. Oh, there's my garden stool and pillow. Everybody should have one of these. Nice little hummingbird bush. This is actually where the pond is located, as you can see here, running in here. And we've just put a few grass plants. A tree that just popped up out of nowhere we've promoted growing, and I just throw handfuls of seeds over in this back section of the garden. You can see there's some beans, there's some radish, there's all sorts of different stuff, and I just dump pots of soil over there. And wildflowers and stuff. We don't really go back there. We've had a few end-of-life pet situations in which they rest back there for all eternity, so we don't dig or anything. I just kind of throw beautiful flower seeds and stuff, and you guys will get to see that a little bit later on in spring. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. And our hummingbird bush. Yep, we've even got some herbs that are in bloom. Absolutely wonderful. Here are two more of our tomato transplants. And if any of them look a little droopy, that's because here in Arizona we got rain for the last couple of days. So that's really what it is. This is a German Queen here, doing wonderfully. You can see these guys. Oh yeah. And there's some more in there. And there's some more right there. Oh yeah. And this one here, I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's also doing very well, as you can see right here and right there. I think this is a Roma. If I had to guess based off of just the shape of these tomatoes, I would say Roma, but I may be wrong. So don't quote me on that. That's what these guys, as you can see right here, that's, you know, saying Roma to me. But anyways, the pond. And we've got the turtles, like Mr. Herman right there. You know, another memorial place for one of our beloved pets, which a lot of you may have seen in our other videos, who's no longer with us, French Fry. Rest right here in this spot. And then this is kind of new that we added in here just a few weeks ago. And it's a big tea trellis for these tomato plants. And these are also all the seedlings that came out of those cups. And some of these guys are, you know, pushing 5.5 feet tall and are completely loaded up. Take a look at that. This here is a San Marcos. Pretty neat. Your nice sauce tomatoes. Then we've got, I think these are our beef steaks right here, which are putting on some nice tomatoes. You know, and like I was saying earlier, if we get down here and actually take a look, I've actually got big logs on this side of the planter bed. And that's so, you know, here in Arizona, it's still getting up to 80, 85 in the afternoons. And, you know, that sun beating down on that soil is just no bueno. So I use this instead of, I mean, you could use a bark mulch or something, but I just feel like that puts too much, you know, chunky bark material in to suck up the nitrogen and the other stuff in the soil. So I use these big logs. It looks decorative, it looks nice, and they do break down. As you rotate your beds and, you know, switch them over every season, you grab a whole log and half of it falls apart, and well, you mix that into the soil, and there's your, you know, upper substrate for your garden bed. So it's a good way to help break down that material. Let's see, let's go this way. Oh, let's see. Here's another little section. we got weeded out this morning. So I'm going to be planting some green onion in here. And again, here's a log, and it's already been eaten up by those wood boring bees and stuff like that. So most of it, as you can see here, it's just coming apart like that. And so this is all going to break down, you know, and come apart and fall into the garden bed and be really great. And you can see there the base of that tomato plant has got them around it as well. Another little pepper plant. And oh, before I skip on, since we've got this bed that I just got turned over, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that one of my local nurseries turned me on to. And that is this right here. This is a chicken manure pellet. And they sold it in 50-pound bags. It cost about 20 bucks. And it came from a farm, Heritage Farms, I believe is the name of it. And don't quote me on that though. And I've been using this everywhere in the garden as a nitrogen substrate instead of using some of the other methods and like the Jobs and the stuff like that. And I really wanted to get like down to earth. And this stuff, I will tell you what, has just done amazing. Now it is not fully composted. It is pelletized chicken manure. So you need to use it, you know, kind of sparingly. You can't just, you know, pour this stuff all over your plants and then water it in. It's going to start burning them up. I'm going to make another video on using this stuff to make a tea to feed your seedlings and stuff like that after about 2 weeks. That has just worked so well. You guys are going to love this. But for this little section right here, since it hasn't had any amendment since last spring, we're going to go ahead and give it 1 full cup. And we're just going to go ahead and sprinkle it all out. And then we're going to take our little spade shovel here, and we're just going to mix it in. And I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. With the craziness of the world, it is always very important to remember, folks, that Father started with a garden for a reason, because it was the best place to teach his children how to grow. With everything going on in the world, which I can't mention because YouTube will just freak out and demonetize this video and do all sorts of crazy stuff, or just not let you see it at all, just remember that fact. And anything that seems crazy nowadays, just remember that. And think about that and put him first, and you're going to be just absolutely fine. So let's continue. If we come around to the other side of the tea trellis tomato plants, you can see the other side of them. And you can see that some of these runners have actually come out and are laying down now. They need to be staked and tied up. And a lot of folks, there's a controversy. Cut your runners, don't cut your runners. And I'm telling you right now, you cut your runners, and boy, are you going to miss out. All you got to do is just take a little bit of time and extra care. And they're always like, oh, well, you know, the plant needs to devote all the nutrients to these only 10 tomatoes on my vine, you know, and they get a little bit bigger. And, oh, wow, no. How about you just do a better job of feeding your plants every 30 days on a good schedule, or get a good organic feed, and you won't have that problem. And the plant can grow naturally as it was intended to, not how you think it should. And you can promote that and get 10 times the amount of tomatoes. Do the math. Then come back and argue. I'll wait for it down in the comment section. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are liking this video, and this is your very first time here, you got to go back and check out some of the other videos. Remember to like this video. Just hit it, so we can break that algorithm that has kept my videos put away and hidden from everybody for a little bit. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you like the content, or just come back and visit. Either way, it helps me reach more people and teach you guys how to grow. And with all the great garden videos I have coming up to help all of our northern gardeners through the winter, you're going to want to be subscribed and follow along. So, when our tomatoes start getting all bulky like this and they start putting on fruit that looks like this, oh yeah, oh yeah. You can see I've got it tied up to the stake right here. Now I will attach it to these rope trellises as they get a little bit longer, but for now this one needs to be attached to help support these other blooms that you see right here. If you look right here and right there, we've got bloom bracts. So I know this thing is going to get loaded down and just bend before it can get to this rope that's sitting right here. So I've gone ahead and attached a piece of this wire, which you can see right here. And what you want to do is just fold it underneath the stem of your plant, reach around, and you don't want to just bend it in one place. What you want to do is kind of do this number and go around the plant and just make like a corkscrew, kind of like you see right there. That still allows the plant to move, but makes it impossible for it to actually tip over. And you can go ahead and bend the end over just a little bit more, and that's your best way. That will also prevent from wind, like, you know, blowing on this thing, whoo, from snapping your stem over. Whereas if you just attach it in one area, it makes a pinch point, and the stem, I almost guarantee you, will just right in that spot. So there you go. Let me get out of the picture here. And down below, we've got some wonderful red leaf lettuce, or red romaine, I'm sorry. As you can see by this tag, I only put this tag here because I think it's absolutely hilarious. I have this war going on with the birds, as you can hear them in the background, squawking at me making the video. They love to come over here and take these and sit and try to peck the lettuce on the picture. I think they can eat it or something. But I come out and all of my little tags, yep, there's one right there, are all over the place. And then of course we got some beautiful green leaf. Looking pretty good. And if we turn around right here, we have this is kind of like the sun line in the garden, is right here where I put this bed. And that's important to remember when you're doing your garden. You need to focus where the sun's going to be. These plants need full sun. Had this bed been right there, you know, during the summer, that's great. But during the late fall, early winter, no way. That's the sun line right there. So this bed is kind of unused. But now the temperatures are dropping down. I have gotten my little snow peas going on. And I've got them staked to lean, again, using natural methods. And I've got these beautiful eucalyptus branches that were from a felled tree behind my work. And these guys are going to be absolutely awesome for these peas to climb up. It's going to look beautiful in a few months. So stay tuned. And here we've got one of our green pepper or bell pepper plants, which is finally starting to bloom. Summer was really hard on this one, and we almost lost it. But you can see here, lots of blooms and little fruits coming on. Let's see. Oh boy, look at that. It's got little fruits all over it. Wow. Absolutely awesome. And this is our little shaded out Patriot seed plot. I put some carrots there and a few peas, and you can kind of see where the peas actually kind of stopped growing a little bit over there on the backside. That's because of the sun. These guys are doing all right. They'll get a little bit of afternoon light up to about that point right there, and that's about where they really stop growing good. So I'll have to find some more shade loving plants and throw them in there. But yeah, we should have lots of peas here real soon. And then, dun dun dun, like I said, wow, wow, wow. We started here with these guys, and these are just phenomenal. They are starting to fruit out. I mean, just amazing. And once again, the only thing I've been feeding these guys is those pellets I wanted to see. And we've got a few runners here, need to be tied up, no big deal. Another bed of bulb onions that we saved from one of our videos from last year, or from last spring. Another little plot of carrots. And these guys are only about, 45 days old, 30, 45 days old. So they're doing pretty good. And if we take a look in here, I mean, they're still itty bitty like that. But in another 2 or 3 weeks, boy, they're really going to fill out. And then we've got a suffering pepper plant and a jalapeno that's starting to recover real nice. That's actually loaded down with jalapenos. Another row of little green onions hiding down here. And that's about it. A lot of folks get kind of blown away. I've had a few visitors come and, stop in. We had Patriot Barbecue, and they see the yard and they're like, oh my goodness, like you're doing all of this from one little tiny yard like that? Yeah, I am. And the point I'm trying to make is you can too. In a space this size, you can grow enough food to keep a person alive for quite a while. If you have a couple of these, you can do even better. You can even finish out some fruits and vegetables, like we're going to be doing some experimenting in these red solo cups. Can you imagine finishing vegetables, which we did with the lettuce, in a red solo cup in 8 to 10 ounces of material or medium, growing medium, and that being it, and being able to recycle, refurbish, or revamp that soil a little bit and then reuse it over and over again? You can literally put up 30 solo cups and rotate that crop and have a head of lettuce every single day, as long as you keep up with it. So we're going to be doing some videos on that and crop rotation and stuff like that. But if you guys like it and you want to see more, and you're seeing snow and you need to see sunshine, oh beautiful sunshine, thank you Father, then please hit that like and subscribe button, and let's start sharing this with the world. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not growing right now, you need to be. And you need to listen to the severity of what I'm telling you right now. Patriots, get growing. Start sharing. And I don't want you to grow enough for just you to hoard away and hide in some hole. No, 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 no. We're not hiding from this one, Patriots. We're facing this one head on. And you're going to stand up and you're going to stand tall and walk proud and be at the front of that line when the hammer drops. Everyone in your community is going to be needing you to teach them, to show them how to do this and how we pick ourselves back up and rebuild a nation into the greatest glory that you could have ever imagined. In God we trust is not just a slogan. It means in Him we trust and put in the highest authority. He sits highest on the throne in this land. And ladies and gentlemen, He needs to be put right back there and rule supreme. And the sooner we do that, the sooner we get back to our gardens, ladies and gentlemen, the sooner we can start seeing beautiful things and start fixing our nation. It's our children we're talking about. It's our country. It's our neighbors. It's everything you hold dear and love. I want you to think about that. I got a few really good videos coming up, like Patriots. I want you to pay real close attention. I'm going to drop some information in them. I got to be cryptic. I got to hide it. But I want you to pay real close attention. Until our next adventure, I love you all very much. Stand tall, stand proud, Patriots. Do not comply. And one last thing. God bless each and every one of you. Murdock out.